And we are live. Welcome back to the James McGee Show. I am your host. I am James McGee, and we have a familiar face with us, Jason Kiefer from More I'm Outta Here. Welcome. I'm going to let you introduce our guest, special guest.
This is the infamous Jill Billy 007 as her handle.
Hello.
I call her the Battle Axe, i.e. the boss.
Ma'am. I'm sure you call her ma'am more than
boss
anything.
lady to you.
It's boss lady. That's right.
So Jill, you got to open up before we get into some of the things we want to talk about tonight. Do you have a Kiefer story that can be shared publicly?
Well, just recently, I would say, he's been having some really weird dreams and talking in his sleep. He woke up in the middle of the night and he like leaned down toward our dog who was sleeping toward our feet.
You'll like this, Jason.
At the bottom of the bed, and he's like, "Brody, I just talked to your ancestor Ling Ling." And I was like, "What?" And then he just rolled back.
That's not just talking in your sleep. That's weird.
Yeah, no, really weird. And then that same night, he woke up in the morning and said that he had a dream where he and what's her name? What's the press secretary's name?
Caroline
Levitt. Yeah, that they were in the Oval Office talking over lunch of McRib sandwiches from McDonald's. Trump wasn't there. It was just him and Caroline Levitt.
She needed his advice. She needed Kiefer's take on something.
Yes, just solving the world's problems over McRib.
Instead of a beer, they did it over McRib.
Exactly.
James, I honestly think in her heart of hearts she wants me.
Oh, there's no doubt. I'm picking up on that in her brief.
I'm changing my Katy Perry hall pass to Caroline Levitt.
That's fair.
After that bullshit.
And she's definitely not an ugly person, but she's a kind of a plain looking person. I'm gonna tell you what.
Shut your mouth when you're talking about my hall pass.
Yeah, when you start talking about Megyn Kelly, then we're gonna have a problem. But look, for a 28-year-old, my God, you can't stump her. And they try and look, and I mean, I don't know what 28.
Falk's in here.
Hey, Britt.
Hold on.
We got a pretty good crowd.
Your show. This is your show, but David
James. No. This is yours. This is us.
Walk around and find out. Michael Hendricks. Look at all these people. I love it.
Hey, everybody.
I love you people. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, happy Sunday to y'all, man. Sunday, I love Sunday evenings. I think definitely want to try to do this once a month. But let me tell you, getting back on her, 28 years old. I don't know any 20. I have a son around that age. I can't imagine being put into that position. And, they try because, they come after her so hard because of him. But, man, she is amazing. She really is.
She's quick on her feet. You can't. She has to know so much about so many different topics and be able to pull it out without.
I don't know how the fuck she does it, Jill. How the fuck do you do that?
Yeah, without a binder, mind you.
And we've got a 13-year-old upstairs that Jill makes the comment that if she could pay the mortgage and drive a car, she wouldn't even need me or Jill.
She wouldn't.
My daughter's like that.
That's going to be the next Caroline Levitt.
Yeah.
I promise.
And my daughter, she's not. And I told y'all off camera what she did, and she is amazing at it. And she found her niche. Her plan originally was to go to law school. Mm-hmm. Well, she ended up doing an internship with a consultant. And she decided she wasn't going to law school, and this is what she's going to do. And she could do that. She's just not. She won't come on this show, probably because she doesn't like me. But she won't come on the show. She does. She's more of a behind the scenes, and that's what I was when I was in politics. I was a strategist. I was the operative, and that's what she's really showing to be good at. But man, hats off to anybody that can. Because I feel like, I can debate with you. I can do those things, but that's just a different level when you're put in that position. You somewhat can kind of control, and you have an idea of what they're going to ask. But especially when it's a hostile president, they're fucking coming after you.
Oh, yeah.
Every fucking day.
So So Falk in the comments said, she's definitely no Sideshow Bob, because that's what I would always call her, Sideshow Bob. That Corinne Jean-Pierre, or
I never did get her name.
Jean-Luc Picard, as the Drinking Bros call her, but I always call her Sideshow Bob.
I didn't have a name for her because I didn't even give a shit about her. She wasn't even important.
But Levitt is so much more poignant. Like, and she will fucking call somebody out and be like, yeah, guess what? You're not in this fucking room. This is a privilege to be here. Fuck off. Get the fuck out.
Yep.
Bye. And I love that.
I know I can talk like I normally talk because I watched y'all show the last time when Jill was on, so I know I won't offend her. Caroline has no problem with taking her dick out.
Yep.
She will slap him with it every time, man. I love it. You have to with that group. And especially when you're Trump's, you can't be Trump's spokesman and be a sissy. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I saw a great picture the other day. I can't remember if it was Facebook or it was social medias, but it was from her page, and it was morning walk with with 47, and it was just a picture of her and him walking. What do they call that? Right outside the Oval Office. When
that like outdoor walkway.
The picture that you saw with
something. Yeah,
the picture you saw with John F. Kennedy and Robert Kennedy. Like that's like iconic picture.
Is it I'm probably wrong, but is it the veranda?
I don't think it was Rose Garden. Michael Hendricks said Rose Garden. I don't think it's a Rose Garden, but whatever that was. But she was like, start to the day, walking with the president, 47. And I thought was cool as shit. And it was a very, very good picture. And whether she goes on to do anything else after this, she can have that for the rest of her life, which I think is amazing.
She will, she ran. I don't know if y'all know this, but she ran for Congress.
Yeah.
Oh, I did
back in 4 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was
20. I think it was in 20 when Trump ran for re-election.
I think you're right.
But she was only 23, 24. That woman. Now I say she'll be a congressman. Shit, when she's done with this one, she'll be if she goes to be a congressman, it's because she wants to be, because her ticket's made. She'll be a Megyn Kelly. She'll be one of those types making millions, and would deserve it.
Good for her.
Yeah,
and I love the fact that like she's a strong female. She doesn't care. Like you're not gonna talk down to me, like, in the fact, like all these interviews where these how do I word it? I'm trying to word it right. Bravado dudes are trying to, press dudes are trying to talk down to her. And she was like, no, motherfucker. This is the way it is. I got it right.
But she does it in a way that she's not just. And so, in cop world, when we had female officers, I'm very pro women in law enforcement leadership positions. But when we had one, you had them. What we called them was bitch with a badge. When they were just always trying to prove a point. They asked, it's like you had a chip on your shoulder. She has a chip, but she handles it in a right way. She's not that bitch with a badge.
Yeah, she's very cavalier about the way she goes about her business, and then knows. And she knows she got you, and then all she has to do is turn to this guy.
My only regret is not getting to see for the next 4 years Peter Ducey like battling it out in the White House press room against KJP. With his questions to her they were so entertaining.
Hey James. I don't want to weird you out, but your wish came true. Cincy 513 is in.
Cincy,
my man. So
I just looked over and saw it.
There he is, my man Cincy. Welcome Cincy. Welcome to the James McGee Show. We are happy to have you.
But no, I love the fact that like it's so much different. Right, it's so much different than what we had with Sideshow Bob. Now we have Corinne Jean-Pierre, who seems to be somewhat intelligent. Sideshow Bob was she would lie, and we played on One More I'm Outta Here multiple times. The lies that just came across, and like we had like a little synopsis, like boom, lie, boom, lie, boom, lie.
Well, babe, she was tired from Joe Biden running circles around her. She was tired from trying to keep up with Joe Biden. Cut her some slack.
Yeah. Right. Well,
now she's going to be the next host on The View, probably.
Okay.
That's probably that. I wouldn't doubt that at all.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
Could you imagine having that job? We just talked about it with Trump, and I was saying how hard it is, but really rewarding and in a good way. Can you imagine? I don't see how anybody with an ounce of integrity, with an ounce of honesty, any kind of scruples, that would do that job for 4 fucking years with the lies that you have to tell. And I've been in positions where my job was to protect my boss, who were elected officials, but there are fucking limits, man.
Yeah,
true.
There's limits. And I
so
believe in loyalty, but there comes a time where you have to say, man, I can't, as a human being, I just can't be this person,
Right.
And you have to figure out where your moral ground is.
Yeah.
Like
you really don't have one. You
paycheck, morals. Like I don't know, like where those hit, but you have to figure that out for yourself.
And that's the thing. And when we talk a little bit about when we get into the hex set stuff that's going on, and the debacle that's going on with the Department of Defense, these people don't make that much money. To live in, $150,000, $160,000 a year sounds like a lot of money. We'll go rent an apartment in Washington, D.C.
Right.
Right.
When first off, it's temporary, so you probably have a house somewhere else too, and I don't know. I don't think it's the money, but man, that's a bad position to be in. Let's jump into one of the hottest topics over the weekend. Even if you're not a football fan, look, I don't follow football. I definitely don't follow like I used to, and definitely Keith like you do. What's y'all's take on? We have not talked about this, so y'all don't know where I stand. I don't know where y'all stand. What's y'all's take on Shedeur Sanders going in the 5th round? He said he would be in the top 5, but he didn't think it was going to be top 5 rounds.
I have no idea where to go with this, because the fact that the Cleveland Browns just never, ever, ever fail to fuck up. You see all these fans that have the jerseys with all of the quarterbacks that they've drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally will go down like to maybe a guy's mid calf. And these guys have fucking just shit the bed.
Yeah. Johnny Manziel.
So now they draft 2 quarterbacks in this draft. They drafted 2 quarterbacks. They already had 3. They had Deshaun Watson, senior rub and tug.
Yeah.
You've got Kenny Pickett, who's a Super Bowl winner but didn't touch the field. They bring out Joe Flacco again. Flacco, I think, should be their starter. And then you draft 2 guys this time. So you have 5 quarterbacks on your roster. How are you going to afford it, for one? 2, who's going to stay? I think it's all trade bait, but they did it on purpose, I think. At least I hope.
So what do you think about him? Why do you think he wasn't a first-round pick? You think it was his talent? You think it was his mouth, his dad? What do you think?
I think it's his mouth. His mouth, and I think he got a little big for his britches. But rolling into his dad, his dad, threw a lot into him, saying like, "Oh, you're Deion Sanders is a kid, your Shadur, whatever. His talent is not. If you look at his books, it's not that great. It really isn't. So I don't even understand why. I understand why he's 5th round. I don't understand why the Browns grabbed him, but.
So why was everyone thinking he was going to go so much earlier then?
I think it's
like every pick they're like, oh, he's still on the board.
Yeah, he's still
nobody's taking him.
I think it's name. I think it's name recognition.
Because his dad was telling everybody he's a top 5 pick.
And his numbers aren't bad, but he wasn't definitely a number 1 round pick, in my opinion.
Maybe
he also played for Colorado in the conference they play in. They don't play big games. They don't play LSU. They don't play Ohio State. They don't play those types of teams either.
I will agree for one time in my life right now, James, don't have a heart attack. I'm going to agree with Cincy 513 in the comment.
Shit. Let's write this down.
He said 30% talent, 70% mouth.
Man, Cincy, are we turning you to our side? What's up, Tyler?
Holy shit.
No, I agree with that.
You're absolutely right. He was a mouthy motherfucker. I mean, yeah, he played great at Jackson State, which was at HBCU college. Goes to Colorado because his dad goes, but his dad's running the program. His brother is all intertwined in that as well. Like it's crazy.
Well, he signed. Didn't he sign a free agent deal yesterday with Tampa Bay? Is what I heard.
Oh, I
brother did.
I haven't seen that.
Shiloh. Is that his name? Shiloh?
No idea.
Shiloh, Shador. I don't know. It doesn't work here anymore. Don't care. That's been my phrase for the night.
So here's Jill. What you got to take on that?
No, not really. I don't really watch. I don't care much about the draft. Like, let's actually hire him and get him on the team. I like watching Hard Knocks, like once they're going through training camp and stuff, but I don't watch enough of college football to know who all the people even are, to know what the players are. It's like, let's get him actual on a team, make sure they make it, and then I'll start paying attention.
And that's what I'm curious about is who actually makes Cleveland's 53-man roster. Because they're not going to keep all 5 fucking quarterbacks. No,
there's no way. So I'm kind of the opposite, Jill. I don't really watch football much anymore, but I like the draft and I like the dynamics because I'm a natural. I'm a strategist, and there's a lot of strategy with that. But you said something that really is my take on it. The word hire. What people don't understand is that they're being hired. I don't. People are, of course, you've got the ones. Oh, it's because of his dad. It's because they're scared of his. He's bigger than the game, and then of course they bring the race stuff into it. Here's the bottom line: you're being interviewed, and you're trying out to be hired just like any other company, and you're going to work for them. You can say what you want. We have freedom of speech. You can say what you want, but you know what? These companies have freedom of hiring, and they don't have to fucking hire you.
That's true.
They deal with enough problems. And here's my take on it. Yes, he was talented. Maybe he was talented enough for the first round, but they measured it out, and the good didn't outweigh the bad.
Now, do you think he's going to come into the league with a chip on his shoulder like Tom Brady and play his ass off to try to prove everybody wrong about him and show everybody that he should have been taken in the first round?
If he's smart, he would.
I can't remember what number Shador went. I can't remember. I know it's 5th round. I just don't know what number.
148, I think. I think it was.
Sounds right. But yeah, I mean, Tom Brady went 199, and look at what he did. Maybe, yeah. If he makes
None of that means a damn thing. And the only thing it means is your rookie contract. It affects your signing bonus and what your rookie contract is. Has nothing to do with you making the team. You're gonna have a handful of people who are signed yesterday, signed free agent contracts, and they're going to sign free agent contracts throughout the week that are going to make a team.
Yeah.
And you're going to have people that were drafted this weekend that will never see an NFL field. It's just how it is.
Absolutely correct. Yep.
So he's got a chance. And yeah, I think that the Sanders brand is the most important thing to them. So, yeah, it's just like, I don't know if you follow if you follow the UFC at all, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you a little bit. I mean, I'm not like completely versed in it, but
so Anthony, it seems like every time there's one of these retirement fights, they always lose. And I was watching. So Anthony Smith was fighting last night, and he's pretty good. He's probably should have retired a couple years ago. Well, when he made his walkout, his look on his face, and he was just caught up in the moment. And he was hugging everybody. I told my wife, I said, he's about to get the shit beat out of him. He's not focused on this fight. He's focused on the moment. Well, that's the problem with the whole Sanders deal. They are focused on the brand. And so is he going to focus on the brand? Or is he going to focus on playing?
Yeah. And I think that proof will be in the pudding at some point, as long as he makes a team, because he still has to make the team. Even though they signed him, he still has to make the team.
Yep.
And he's got 4 other motherfuckers that he's got to go against.
And you know what?
A seasoned veteran in Flacco. You've got, Kenny Pickett. Okay. We haven't really seen a ton, but he's got to fight against him.
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson, but if you can get him out of a massage parlor, then you're good. I mean, potentially. But I heard his Achilles is fucked up. So I don't know. I mean, but he's got to make the team.
Yep.
They all have to make the team. So I don't know if you watched when they signed him or when they announced it. Every Mike Stefanski was sitting there with all his people like this, and he was like,
yeah, like what the fuck?
Like nobody was smiling, nobody was fucking happy. Like it was almost like you shot somebody's dog and they're like, oh yeah, he probably needed to go down. Like, I mean, it was the weirdest, and we were talking about it at the bar yesterday. Like, it was the weirdest shit ever. Like, what the fuck? You got Shadur Sanders. Like, why are you not happy? They know why they're not happy. They're bringing in a problem.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
But he's going
who day, motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's going to put asses in the seats. He will do that.
Or who dat for? Are you a oh my god, what the fuck is that team? Yeah, Saints. I was like, I just completely blanked for a second.
We don't even recognize who dat. We don't recognize who dat. It's who dat.
Yeah, I'm not a big Saints. I'm a Dolphins fan. That was my.
Are you?
Ooh,
yeah,
go fans.
I've been a Dolphins fans for
fans.
years. Saints, yeah, whatever. I thought the Saints were going to pick.
Can stay healthy this year. I was really nervous for him with all the concussions.
Oh, he's getting taken out in an ambulance this year. I promise you.
A race.
I'm not saying a race. It's going to happen.
All right. How about some? Let's talk about two of my favorite subjects.
Where you want to go?
Elizabeth Warren and AOC. These two dumb bitches. My God. What did you see the shit about them drinking the dye because RFK is not going to tell them what they can put in their bodies? So they're taking the stance. We finally have a president and a health secretary that is taking our health serious and going to stop having poison put in our so-called food, because what's being served is not this process. That's not food. It's chemicals. And they find
already been banned by a lot of other countries.
Every European country, Jill, every European country has banned 1,000 chemicals that we haven't. And it's unbelievable. So these two dumb bitches decide they're going to drink dye. And I don't know if you saw my TikTok I did on that one, Jason. But my point, I'm gonna pull up. Now this is what I'm gonna pull up is the.
You sent me a bunch of emails, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't have all of them up, but I was trying to grab all of them.
No, I didn't see you this. I did a TikTok on them two dumbasses. Oh God, I'm gonna pull it now. Let's see the. Now this is from the Babylon. This is from the Babylon Bee, so it's not going to be real legit. But you know, they're just more of a pun. But
oh, look, James learned some shit. He's got some shit figured out.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but I'm trying. But they get it. It just shows. Look at these two dumb bitches. It just shows that no matter what Donald Trump does, what he tries to do for our nation, they're going to fight it.
They would literally chug poison. If Trump says poison is bad for you, they're like, let's chug it. Cheers.
Well, that's what I said in my TikTok I did this week. Is we just need them to say they're going to ban cyanide, so these two dumb bitches drink cyanide and just kill over. Because they are fucking useless. They have when was the last time either one of these morons did anything, contributed to anything? But it's all, and we talked about this last time I was on your show, Jason. It's always these one-liners and it's gimmicks. Yeah. That's why nothing's getting done in our country, because everything's about a fucking gimmick. Everything's about, just like we just talked about with Sanders. It's about the brand.
Yeah.
That's all it ever is with these people, is about their fucking brand.
No, you're absolutely, you hit the nail right on the head. These assholes want to come out and start throwing. They'll start, I won't say throwing, they'll start sprinkling things out. And all of a sudden it gets a little traction, gets a little traction. And all of a sudden now it's a thing. Where it's the same thing that the fucking right has been saying. This is what's fucking happening, people.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to see that until they're like, oh, well, I didn't even realize that. It's amazing. I mean, and you've been, in law enforcement and public safety. Our young people that are coming into public safety, police, fire, EMS, whatever. They are so jaded because they have no idea like what is actually right. And COVID, I'm going to tell you, because I deal with people that are probably, I'm the old guy at 45, but I've got like 18 to 23-year-olds. COVID affected them a ton as they were coming out of school. They have no idea how to like tactilely learn. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they got homeschooled. They got this or that. It's just so fucked up.
My thing is, I'm glad that the government is finally taking a stand to ban chemicals that have been banned in Europe already for years. Because otherwise, what is the point of the FDA? What is the point of the EPA if not to protect its citizens from chemicals that are harmful? And if anybody doesn't understand the power of like money and corruption of these companies who are producing this kind of shit, you need to watch the movie Dark Waters with Mark Ruffalo.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
I need to watch that.
The lengths that these companies will go to keep producing toxic shit that you cook with on your cookware or whatever it is. That was Teflon.
That was close to us, right?
Yeah, so it's a Cincinnati attorney who works at the Taft law firm, has been fighting DuPont chemical company for 20 plus years. over Teflon and trying to get money for this town that was effectively poisoned by their plant.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be happy that this is happening, whether Biden had done it, Obama, Trump the first time, Trump now. Like, that is the point of these agencies, is to make sure that what we are consuming and or putting in our bodies with vaccines or whatever, that they're safe. Mm-hmm. And if they're not safe, then fucking ban them. And we wonder why our infertility rates are so high in our country.
Oh, great point.
So
James, let me ask you. So how long ago, because I can't remember, how long ago did you retire?
I retired in January of 2021, so 4 years.
Okay. So while you were working,
now that was, and then I spent the next 3 years as the chief of staff for our DA. Then I left there in November of 23.
Okay, so you were still holding official positions.
Yes, up until a year and a half ago, I was holding. Yes.
Were you told that you had to get vaccinated?
No, but I will say this: it was not. Now I had left the sheriff's office, and we did not. We were our office at the DA's office. We did arrange for people to get the vaccine if they wanted it. We didn't push it. We didn't ask who was getting it. None of that. Now, I will say this. At our sheriff's office, our sheriff then was very pro-vaccine. It wasn't forced, but it was
highly encouraged.
Highly encouraged, yeah. Let's say that. It was highly encouraged, and I'm not saying they retaliated against anybody that didn't get it, but I think there was a mental note of who didn't get it. How about that? And look, the sheriff is a friend of mine. I served. I mean, I was part of his command. He was pro-vaccine. Now,
everybody's got losses.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Jason. To his defense, I think there was a level of trust that the people that were doing this and people that were promoting this and the government did their homework. And I'll tell you this too, on a very personal level. My son, I'm sure you've heard me talk about my son having Tourette's.
Yes, sir.
And he was diagnosed with Tourette's when he was 7. So Tourette's is supposed to get better as you age, and it was tolerable. But we just in the last couple of years, it's gotten really, really bad, to the point of him and I started this business together because it was hard for him to get a job, keep a job. It's been very difficult. Well, and he is such a better person than me. He's not a conspiracy theorist. The other day we were riding around and he said, Dad, he said, it's been worse since I got vaccinated. And the reason why he got vaccinated, now I got vaccinated too, because at the time my dad was in the veterans home. He was in the veterans home and he was dying. If you didn't get vaccinated, you couldn't visit.
Right. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
So we did that, and my son got vaccinated because of that. And when I tell you his Tourette's has been probably 10 times worse since then, it's not a lie.
And that's what's weird to me, like trying to figure that out, because you're not. We've never talked about this, you and I, but like I got vaccinated because my mom had lung cancer, had part of her lung taken out. I couldn't go to the hospital to see her unless I was vaccinated. My work did not force me to do it. I chose to do it. I don't know. I feel like I've been more sick, but I mean, and I know we're going like way off topic of what you.
This is a good topic.
But But no, I get that. Like I've heard that from so many people, so many healthcare providers that
who were forced.
People were forced to get.
They were absolutely were forced,
and they're like, I'm more sick than I was before. Now, you could play that game of, oh, I'm getting older, immune system's going down, whatever. But no, it's a thing. But like with all this shit, excuse me, like hearing that, like with your son, and the fact that it got that much more, that you were able to notice it, and he was able to notice
way
it.
Worse,
Holy
way
shit.
worse, yeah, way worse.
Well, even just the long, it could be attributed to the vaccine. It could not, but even hearing some people's long COVID symptoms that after they got COVID, like your friend never got sense of smell back after 2 years.
Oh yeah, a guy that I was just with in fucking Austin, he was like, I haven't been able to smell since COVID.
Hey,
like, I cannot smell anything. I barely taste anything. I was like, but he eats. The guy's like a gorilla. He eats like 4 times a day. I was like, you don't even taste any of the food you eat? He was like, nope, I just eat it.
So my wife didn't get COVID for a really long time, and she ended up getting vaccinated because she works, at the sheriff's office too. Whenever I got COVID, right in August during Hurricane Laura in August 2020, the whole damn department got COVID because we were all living on top of each other in dorms and offices and all that. Everybody, we got 100 people get COVID at one time.
Oh,
yeah, and that was when it was new. It was in 2020. Well, her and I got COVID probably right at a year ago, and she still talks about, man, that long COVID has got me. And I'm telling you, she spent 6 months with really knocking her down pretty good. And we've had both vaccines. We had boosters. We've done all that, and I totally regret it. I'm not a sheep, but I did have I did have more of a trust, I guess, back then in the government that was regulating this. And I have some friends who didn't get it, and I think they're right. And I really, it hasn't affected me tremendously, but I really regret my son getting it because there's nothing else. Nothing else in his life has changed. His eating habits, his anything. The vaccine is the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, and you could see, you physically see those repercussions,
and it is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bad. It's bad.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think it's easy to look back now, and hindsight's 2020, but I think you both had very valid reasons for getting it at the time because you were trying to protect, your elderly loved one. And what if you hadn't got it and hadn't been allowed to visit in the hospital, and then, your dad had passed in that time, and then you would regret not getting to say goodbye. So it was, you were in a catch-22 situation. You both at least had good reasons to get it. I got it so I could go to the Michael Bublé concert that had been postponed for like a year and a half. And they finally rescheduled, and I was like, I am not missing this shit. Sign me up.
Look, that's so good. Look, so good story. So my dad died in August of 2021, and so COVID was really a thing then too, because that was what was it, Delta? That strand was really the one that was killing people.
Yeah.
So he's at the veterans home, and so he was on hospice. He had lung cancer, and they had decided that we could go visit him, immediate family, me and my 2 brothers and my sister, my mom. And so my wife, and at the time he was coherent a little bit. So my wife would go with me, and she'd stay in the car, and she'd go run, get things if we needed them. So it was about 30 minutes from where we live. It's in Jennings, Louisiana. So John Bell Edwards was our governor. And he's a Democrat, but I always supported him because he was a pretty conservative Democrat. He was a West Point graduate. He was a pretty legit guy. Now, in the hurricanes and stuff, you couldn't ask for a better leader. In times of crisis, Democrat, Republican, the guy was amazing. He shit the fucking bed on COVID. Bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was really bad. So my dad, I know I'm getting a little long-winded on this. I'll kind of wrap it up. So my dads they're visiting, and he says, why can't the grandkids come see me? Where's Beth? And I said, well, Beth's outside. Why can't she come in? I said, because John Bell Edwards, because the Democrats. So Beth can't come see us because she can't come visit because she's a Democrat. I said, yep, that's exactly why she can't come. And he said, well, I'm not voting for John Bell Edwards again. I said, you're probably right, Dad. And he died about a week later.
Oh shit!
That's funny.
So we lived. So my dad died right there during COVID, and it was, couldn't go see him. It was real restricted. We had 2 hurricanes in the middle of COVID. So, 5 years, this is the 5-year anniversary of COVID. And sometimes it seems like it was yesterday, but then sometimes it just feels like, man, it was 20 years ago.
You know
That's
what?
true.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that you say that. Like, it does, but it doesn't. You're like, holy shit. I remember going through that, and they were like, holy shit, how long ago was that?
Oh, when they told us we needed to flatten the curve for 2 weeks, Zoe and I literally thought we were going to be home from work for 2, maybe 3 weeks. Like, I left my succulent on my desk. I had soups and like food in my drawer just in case.
Your what on your desk?
My succulent, my plant.
I wasn't going to ask what the fuck it was.
Plant.
I just like to say on James McGee show.
Zoe and I went to Target the night before everything was shutting down, and there was no toilet paper left, no Clorox wipes. I'm like, what essentials do we need, Zoe? I got her a straw hat. We just bought a bunch of bullshit at Target because we're like, we're not going to be able to come back here forever. And there was nothing of value left to buy. There was nothing good left on the shelves. But I have this picture of Zoe pushing the Target cart out. She's throwing a peace sign. She's got her new straw hat. That just popped up in my memories.
Deuces,
she's like, deuces, see you in 2 weeks, bitches. She was like, how old was she? 7?
Was that 5 years ago?
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Yeah, so probably
7, 8.
I'm not good at math. I'm a dumb fireman. Hey, I do, James. I do want to hijack for a second. Our buddy Bosco is in the chats. His buddy,
hey Bosco,
Turtle went down on a motorcycle and is in the ICU.
Oh shit! I'm sorry to hear that, Bosco.
Want to throw some thoughts and prayers?
Yeah, for sure. I
told Bosco whatever he needs, reach out to us. But
anything I can do here, man. Was it local? Is it in y'all's area?
He's in Georgia. Bosco's in Georgia.
Okay.
Prayers for a speedy
recovery. Definitely for that.
But that's what I love about this, though. You and I have connected.
Mm-hmm.
I do it opposite because I'm looking at the fucking screen. But you and I have connected. Bosco and I have talked and potentially met up a couple times. Try to arrange that.
Mm-hmm.
This podcasting thing is so fucking amazing.
That's been one of the best things that's happened to me in a couple of years.
Being able to network and get a story out. You know, if Bosco needs it and reaches out for, I don't like to go GoFundMe things, but if you throw it out, people will fucking help.
Mm-hmm.
But it's amazing because I simulcast it on our channel. You've got guys and gals listening to you tonight. Yep. I got to meet the Drinking Bros. This week was awesome.
Did you really? No shit.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. It was fantastic.
Yeah. So is that where they are? They're in Austin?
Yeah, they're in Austin.
No shit.
But
you should go to a taping.
All of the networking is just amazing to me.
No, it is.
Whether it's through the chats or whether we're physically podcasting together.
Yep.
That's what I love.
Yes. No, it's really good. But speaking of GoFundMe, did Pappas give that girl some money yet?
his girlfriend. I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna text
Which
him and
one?
see.
The coven member for?
No, the one that barely had any bottom teeth.
Oh
It
God.
said that it was our responsibility to
Yeah, our responsibility to support us.
feed her and her kids.
Oh,
So we
yeah,
think Pappas needs to send her some money.
probably
We'll set up a GoFundMe for Pappas.
for Pappas to fund her.
I have
So
his
speak-
email. I'll make it through all his shit.
So speaking of stupid bitches, let's talk about Letitia James.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is typical fucking Democrats with they. I don't know when the world is going to figure out that every time they start talking about when they start accusing Republicans of stuff, they're the ones that are doing it. That's such an age-old strategy. Is let's say it first. Let's say Donald Trump was doing mortgage fraud, and this bitch was. It's unbelievable. I don't know how much y'all have looked into this.
Oh,
They have
she was
her.
doing the same fucking thing.
They have her dead in the rights.
Well, she was just saying he was like manipulating or overinflating the value of his properties, which is a type of mortgage fraud. But while she is taking out loans, saying her dad is her husband and that this is going to be her primary residence in Pennsylvania, like she's taking a page out of Omar's book.
Yeah,
on marrying family members, and
only them can. I mean, not that I would
they
want to marry a
say-
family member, but they don't. How did they get away with this shit, Jill? Fuck.
well, apparently she never learned the age-old adage, which is those in glass houses shouldn't be a spiteful bitch.
Yes, exactly. They
I love Tyler. I love Tyler's comment. Letitia James equals DEI hire.
See, that's 100%, Tyler. No, you are. I'm gonna try to pull this. I'm gonna try to pull this video up, but y'all know I'm not real.
She's way more smarter than I am.
Like the set of lady balls you have to have on you to prosecute a former president
What do lady?
for a crime that you are actively committing right now is
Yes.
I mean, that's next level.
I'm gonna train wreck James's fucking show. What actually is the definition of lady bulls?
They're just invisible, but they're there. They're
okay.
strong.
Right. So
they give you strength, but you just
So what do you call them? You call them lady balls?
lady balls.
It's not like a big like something or other.
No, I'm not.
Like
I'm not making any trans
like the one
accusations. If that's what you're asking.
All right, look at this one. Well, y'all gonna love this video. All right, let's see.
Come on, James. Don't
You
fuck
think I can? I know I can do it, man. I think
You
I
can
can.
do it.
think
I believe
can.
in you.
All right, let's see.
I love
No one is
this.
above the law. No one is above the law.
Can y'all hear
No
it?
matter how rich,
Yeah.
powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules.
No one's above the law.
Democrats there on President Trump's court cases saying exactly what the attorney general is saying now about those judges who've been arrested.
Just stop.
Okay, I stopped it.
No one's above the law.
No one's above
James.
the law unless they don't
Isn't
want you
that
to look at what
unbelievable?
they're doing.
Isn't that unbelievable? No one was above the law then, but they break the fucking law. It's just unbelievable. But yeah,
Rules for thee, but not for me.
How many trials or cases did Trump have against him as he stated that he was going to run?
Mhm.
All of a sudden, court case. How many? 4?
Well, yeah,
Five?
at least 4.
oh god, no, shit! I
4 or
don't think
5?
that.
Because he was convicted in New York. He had the Georgia Fannie Willis while she's boinking her fucking prosecutor in Napa Valley.
Isn't that some good shit?
Taxpayer dime.
Fucking just
Jesus.
throwing fucking taxpayer dollars out.
Degenerates.
I absolutely complete degenerates.
And she's under investigation now too.
I was
for,
going
like,
somewhere else. That's why I stopped. I don't want to train wreck fucking James McGee's show.
No, fuck it. It's a train wreck from the beginning.
We're all in this together.
Wait, you have all right. So you've got Fannie Willis, you've got Letitia James,
Yeah.
you've got that dumb idiot Tiffany Henyard, which I have been
We haven't talked about her in a couple months. Is she
I
still
have been
the mayor?
following her from the fucking beginning.
No, you have been on that. And my mayor up here, you've been on that one too.
Yes. I fucking love it. But it's like, holy shit, people. Like, we have all these fucking Democrats that want to push. Oh, Orange Man's bad. Orange Man's bad.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's their only. That's their dice roll dance.
And then also, stock market's down. Stock market's down. Stock market's down. How many people do you know, James? I'm going to ask you this. This is off the cuff. How many people do you know that day trade?
That day drink?
Day trade.
Oh, day trade.
I
know way more day drinkers.
I
than
day drink
traders.
when I'm not working.
I don't know anybody that day trades because everybody I know has a job.
So the stock market is going to do this. It's going to do this. It's going to do this. It's going to do this. Right?
Yep.
That's the way it has always been.
It's always going to be.
But these fucking liberal Democrats want to say Trump is ruining the economy because the stock market's down. I'm retiring in 3.5 years. Yes, I'm looking at it, but I also know that there's this in that 3.5 year period. I still have other shit out there and I watch it, but I'm not a day trader.
Yeah.
I'm not like Wolf of Wall Street sitting there looking at shit every day.
Nope, I'm not. Yeah. I don't know that people.
But you have these fucking idiots who just hate Trump. They just hate him so bad that, he's ruining the stock market. If one guy can do that, fuck, give me that job because I want to have that much power.
Well, we just proved with these two dumbass broads drinking the dye that it doesn't matter what Trump does. He can't even try to protect us from harmful chemicals without getting criticized. Their body, their choice. They can drink cyanide if they fucking want.
My body, my poison. Give me that red dye number 5.
Yeah.
I want it on the rocks.
Give me a double dose.
Didn't you say last week, my body, my choice? Now it's my body, my poison. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right.
No, it's unbelievable. So yeah, this I think we've already covered. I had an article on that, but it's nothing we haven't talked about. But nobody has gone after him more than Letitia James. And I'm like, Jill, the bitch knew she was living in a glass house. She should have kept them. She should have kept them stones to herself.
And that's what drives me crazy is sitting here as I'll call it a consumer of government is probably the best way because all you can do is you consume all the shit, but you watch this bitch. I'm going after Donald Trump. I'm the guy.
I mean, she ran on that. That was her campaign.
I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one that takes him down.
Yep.
Guess what? Yep. Ding dong, you're wrong, fucker.
Knowing the whole time she was actively committing the crime that she was going to prosecute him for.
Let me see if I can pull up. I don't know if you saw,
idiot.
I don't know if you saw the TikTok.
Idiocy. Idiots.
Let me see if I can pull this one up.
We always say
I feel like it's Will Ferrell.
We always
Will
say
Ferrell goes, idiots.
She is a complete and utter fucking idiot. And she wanted to hold such a staunch stance that she
is this playing? No, hold on, it's not. Let's see.
No, it's not playing yet.
I'll play this. All right, let me see if I can add this.
Oh, there it comes.
Oh, that's an ugly fucker.
Yeah, look at this goofy fucker. Let me go. Oh, God dang it! See, I told y'all. I told y'all about me.
Meaning, if
Is it
somebody
playing or
said
not?
they-
Yeah.
It's playing.
So my grandfather
Right there.
had a
You're good.
saying,
From the beginning?
smeller
All right.
is the feller. Meaning, if somebody said they smelt a fart, they're probably the one who farted. So now we know Letitia James is the feller. Letitia James is the one who farted. When are stupid motherfuckers gonna learn that this is the game plan of the Democrats? They jump up and down and accuse Republicans of all these crazy things. That when it comes out, they're the ones who are doing it. They're the ones who farted. That's such a classic play in their playbook.
Well, and then James, one
So
of the
my
other
grandfather
articles
had a
that you
saying,
sent us
the
was that
smeller
the
is the feller. Meaning, if somebody said they
one of the
I love
articles
that.
that you sent us was about how to defend Letitia James. It wasn't Letitia James personally who retained Hunter Biden's attorney. It was
Yes.
New York AG's office
I'm glad
retained
you said that.
Hunter Biden's attorney, Abby Lowell, to defend her. So does that mean the taxpayers of New York are footing the bill for
That's
her criminal defense?
exactly what it fucking means. How in the fuck does the taxpayers flip the bill to go get this high-priced attorney when it's a personal crime? So so to me, she should be indicted for misusing the funds. That should not be allowed. They've got to. She should have to pay this out of her pocket. How does that even? It doesn't even make any sense. And I forget what it was, Jill. What was the reason why she was able to do it, or she thinks she was able to do it?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, she was saying that because it was political persecution. She was saying it was like it wasn't valid, and it
It's
was
not
just
political
because she was being
I mean, you married-
persecuted politically by Trump's Department of Justice because she had brought charges against Trump.
Yeah.
That's why she's saying that the taxpayers should pay for her attorney.
Yeah. Well, they should vote her stupid ass out of office. They're just as stupid to keep playing this game with her and the rest of them. I mean, it's the voter is the problem, Jill. The voters are the fucking problem.
Yes.
Well, and I
absolutely.
feel bad for the people. I used to live in New York, and the more rural areas of New York, the whole state is not liberal. It's just that
There's just so many
New
of
York
them.
City
Yes.
is so densely populated, and New
Yes,
York
that's
City is so
I've heard
liberal.
that from other people in New York.
Yeah, that and same thing with Illinois and
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, I literally just heard this when I was in Austin talking with a bunch of people at this conference. They said we're fucked. We're fucked because of Chicago and the outlying areas,
Mhm.
and people that are South Illinois. They're like, we actually kind of run the shit, but we have no say or no vote
Yeah.
because of all the bullshit.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky, and this will end up biting her in the ass because, as high priced as Abby Lowell is as an attorney, Hunter Biden had to plead guilty to all his charges. Hunter Biden only got off because Big Daddy Biden pardoned Hunter.
It's a very
So
good point.
maybe
That's a
Abby
very
Lowell's
good
not
observation.
maybe
Yeah.
he's not the fucking winner that she thinks he is.
Big Daddy just wanted ice cream. Wanted ice cream, wanted to take a nap.
Yeah, I'm hiring.
It's Rocky Road.
Who I'd be hiring is Tony Busby out of Houston, the one that's going after Shannon Sharp for $50 million.
Oh, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one later.
Yes, sir.
Have y'all covered that one yet? Have y'all covered that one in your sports
We
show?
haven't hit it yet. I actually had it in my tab and I closed it out, but
No, I just saw the thing where he like posted the screenshot of what his attorney sent to him and told him to write instead of like copying and pasting it and making it his own post as if it was from him. He like posted the screenshot of the text he was supposed to say.
I don't know if you remember the audio of him what sounded like he was sexually abusing somebody. That was like 2 or 3 months ago.
I think that was some role play shit.
I think it was too. I don't know.
That's all bullshit.
But so he has this, he has that, and then now he has this where now he's going to step away.
I don't know. I'll never be able to unhear that Diddy audio. That will fucking haunt my nightmares.
I'm not listening to it. I'm
If
not
you-
listening to it.
Do not do it.
You have
You
it?
can't unhear it.
No, I have not. I heard y'all
Oh,
last week when Jill was on your show talking about it. I can't do it.
Don't do it.
Oh, I'm gonna send you a Drinking Bros episode.
Don't listen to it, James. Immediately delete and run
I'm not
away.
doing it. So let's close out with Jason. What y'all got going on this week? Y'all set y'all's times up for the weekend.
We're gonna go one more Out of Here. We'll be back at 5 p.m. Tuesday. I think it'll be just me and Dan.
Okay.
Pappas is doing some veteran stuff.
Yeah, it was. Yes, I remember him was going to be at the end of the month. Was going to be in New Orleans.
But so we're coming back. I go back to work tomorrow.
You sound really excited about that.
I got
Jill,
tonight.
How's the wedding plans coming? Is Kiefer doing his part?
It was actually good. We sat down earlier today and we were going through the list, and it is it's longer than we were aiming it to be. But
I've never heard that before ever.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
It always works out that way. But hey, I'm a what I'm sending for y'all's wedding is going to be the hit of y'all's reception.
oh, you're so sweet.
Do you want to come?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't now.
All right, we're adding one.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah,
Add
you can't invite him without the missus.
We're adding two onto the list. We
All right.
literally were just sitting there and going through it. She was like, "You think you have more, or I have more than you, but do you have just as many?" I was like,
Yeah, nowadays I tell you,
we had to go through and count. I had to prove it to him. He was totally, and he kept being like, "This is too many people. We need to cut." And then he called somebody right before this, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? You want to come to the wedding?" I was like,
Yeah.
"You fucking said we need to cut the list down," and you're like adding more. But no, James, we would love to have you and your lovely bride. If you guys would love to make the trip, we would love to.
I've been looking for a reason. I tell you what, I'm sending Boudin either way. I may come too, but we're sending Boudin, and it's going to be some of the best that in the state.
Awesome.
So yeah, so for y'all's reception, I'm sending.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
Yeah. So anything you want to say in closing? Let me look at the comments. Didn't miss anything?
No, I got to go back to work tomorrow, so that sucks a dick.
Yeah,
Jill, what do you got?
Nothing. Thank you so much for having me on. It was really
thank
fun.
y'all. Thank y'all both for coming, and we're going to do this hopefully once a month. To do the Sunday rant, and Jill, you are invited anytime. Love to have you.
Well, thank you for having me. It was
everybody out there, man. It was a great crowd tonight, and
yes, thanks everybody in the chats.
Yes,
I hope everybody has a great week. So until next time, McGee, Gibson, and Kiefer are out.
Good night, y'all.